Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Jessie. My name is Jessie, and I am honored to guide you through today's 35-minute full body yoga flow. We will be doing postures that do focus a lot on the hips and lower back. I like to remind everyone before we get started that everything I say is just an invitation. You are not obligated to participate in any of it, and I encourage you to do what is best for your body today. As we prepare to begin class, I invite you to sit onto your knees and gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Begin taking deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you continue to breathe, I invite you to choose an intention for today's flow. Do not overthink it. The first word that comes to mind, allow yourself to trust this and allow this to guide you through your flow today. When you are ready, begin to flutter your eyes open if they were closed, and take a deep inhale as you extend your arms overhead towards the ceiling. As you exhale, grab your left wrist with your right hand and begin to fall into a side bend towards the left. As you begin to inhale, extend your arms back overhead. Exhale, grab your left wrist with your right hand and fall to the right for a lateral stretch. Take an inhale and meet me back at the top. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. As you inhale, send your hands behind your back and clasp your fingers. Begin to puff up your chest as you punch your fists towards the floor. Exhale, release your hands and send them to the front of your body. Interlace your fingers and flip your palms towards the front of the room. Begin to dome your shoulders and send your gaze down to your thighs. Inhale, send your hands back towards the back of the room. Interlace your fingers and puff up your chest as you punch towards the floor. Exhale, swing your arms in front of your body, interlace your fingers, and flip your palms towards the front of the room as you dome your shoulders and send your gaze down to the mat. Release and come back into a neutral spine position. Begin to send both your hands to the back side of the room and allow both your palms to meet. Interlace your fingers and bring both your hands to your right hip. Tilt your head towards the right for a neck stretch. As you inhale, return your hands back down to the earth, and as you continue to breathe, reverse the direction. Bring your hands together and allow them to meet on your left hip. Send your head towards the left side of the room to enter a deep neck stretch. As you inhale, bring your hands back down to the earth. Continue to breathe and find yourself in a tabletop position. Square your hips over your knees and your shoulders over your wrists. As you inhale, Begin to drop your stomach towards the mat and smile your collarbones forward for a cow pose. Exhale, dome your shoulders and send your gaze back towards your thighs. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Move through these motions at your own pace for a few breaths. Meet me in a neutral spine position, and as you inhale, begin to reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle, send your right arm underneath the left arm, and lower your right shoulder and temple down to the earth. Begin to walk your left hand towards the front corner of the mat. Begin to walk your hand back underneath your shoulder, and as you inhale, send your right arm back up to the sky. Come back into neutral spine as we prepare to do the same on the left side. Inhale, send your arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, send your left arm under the right, and bring your temple down to the earth. Walk your right hand up to the front corner of your mat. Begin to walk your hand back underneath your shoulder and send your left arm up towards the ceiling. When you are ready, return back to a neutral spine. Inhale, reach your right arm high toward the ceiling. Exhale, press into your left hand and engage your core. Lift yourself back through center and find yourself in a tall kneeling position with both your arms open wide and your chest twisted towards the right. Option here to fall into a baby back bend by sending your right hand to the top of your glutes and your left hand towards the ceiling. If it's in your practice, you can bring your right hand down to your heels for a half camel. Begin to sweep your left hand forward as you find yourself back in a seated position. Crawl back into your neutral tabletop and repeat on the left. Inhale, reach your left arm high toward the ceiling. Exhale, lift yourself back through center and rise into a tall kneeling position with both your arms open and your chest twisted towards the left. Take your left hand and send it towards the top of your glute and reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. Option here for that half camel. Inhale, send your hips a little bit farther forward and reach your arm up a little bit higher. Exhale, sweep your arm down towards the mat as you come back down into a seated position. From your seated pose, inhale, slowly crawl your fingertips towards the front of the room. Keep your hips stacked over your knees and allow your heart and third eye to meet the earth. Continue to breathe here. Inhale, begin to shift forward and drop your belly down to the mat. Glue your forearms down to the earth and lift your heart into Sphinx pose. From your Sphinx pose, plant your palms near the front corners of your mat. Inhale and draw the chest forward as you lift into a wide cobra pose. Press the shoelace facing side of your foot down into the mat. Begin to lower back down onto the earth and slowly walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your inner thighs together, and as you press firmly into the palms, lift your thighs and knees off the mat and draw your chest forward and up into your upward facing dog. When you are ready, untuck your toes and press down into your downward facing dog. Hike your hips up towards the ceiling and press your chest in towards your thighs. Opportunity here to walk out your dog or wag your tail to decompress your lower spine. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet behind your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms overhead and lengthen through the spine. Grow tall through the crown of your head to create space between all your vertebrae. Cross your right foot over your left and begin to fall into a lateral stretch on the left. Use your core to push your right hips towards the right side of the room to create a longer line of energy from your right hip all the way through your fingertips. As you inhale, reach your arms back through center and extend your hands up towards the ceiling. As you switch your legs and bring your left foot in front of your right, falling down onto your right side for a lateral stretch. Use your core to press your left hip towards the left side of the room. As you inhale, return back to a neutral spine and begin to cactus out your arms. As you exhale, fall back into a baby back bend. Continue to breathe here while you firmly press through the four corners of your feet to ground your stance. Squeeze your inner thighs together to support your lower spine and press your hips towards the front of the room. Inhale, begin to extend your hands back overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips into your forward fold. Option to pedal out your feet to get a deeper stretch into the back of your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, begin to bend your knees and sink your hips down low as if you were sitting in a chair. Continue to breathe here in your chair pose as you extend your arms towards the front of the room. Draw your shoulders away from your ears as you begin to send your hands back into airplane arms. Rotate your pinkies towards one another and pinch your shoulder blades together and down your spine. Inhale, bring your hands back in front of you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into a high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, low plank. Bend your arms 90 degrees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Untuck your toes and shine your collarbones forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Send your left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your two thumbs. Inhale, pivot your back foot into your warrior two. Breathe here while you place a 90-degree bend in your front knee and extend your arms out to opposite sides of the room. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Tick-tock your arms towards the ceiling and the floor. Option here to place an elbow onto the knee for support. Inhale, reverse warrior. High five the back of the room with your left hand. Breathe here and begin to straighten out your front leg to find yourself in a reverse triangle. Inhale, turn both your feet towards the long edge side of your mat. Exhale, begin to hinge from the hips into your wide-legged forward fold. Send your gaze towards the back of the room and press your weight into your 10 toes to add a deeper stretch into your hamstrings. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend deeply into your right knee and shift your hips to the right side of the room. Lift your left toes up towards the ceiling or point them towards the front of the room. Breathe here. Option to take your hands off the mat to challenge your balance. Inhale, bring both your hands around your right foot and pivot into a low lunge. Exhale, step back into a high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower down into a low plank and flow through your chaturanga. Meet me in your downward facing dog as we prepare to flow through on the right side. Inhale, three-legged dog. Send your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right leg between your two thumbs. Inhale, pivot your back foot towards the side of the room and find yourself in a warrior two. Breathe here. Place a deep 90-degree bend into your front knee and extend your arms out long. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Tick-tock your arms to the ceiling and the floor. Always the option to place your elbow onto your knee for more stability. Exhale, reverse warrior. High five the back of the room with your right hand. Begin to straighten your front leg and find yourself in a reverse triangle. As you inhale, pivot both your feet so they are facing the long side of your mat. As you exhale, hinge from your hips and send your gaze towards the back of the room to find yourself in a wide-legged forward fold. You have the option to either place your hands down on the earth or to grab your ankles. Shift your weight forward into your 10 toes to add a deeper stretch into the back of your legs. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, begin to put a deep bend into your left knee and send your hips towards the left side of the room. Option to either point your toes up towards the ceiling or put them flat down onto the mat. You can take your hands off the earth for a balance challenge. Inhale, bring both your hands around your left foot and turn into your low lunge. Exhale, step back into your high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, take your high to low plank and follow through with chaturanga, meeting me in your downward facing dog. Take a few deep grounding breaths to release all that we have just done. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come down to your mat. And when you are ready, we will be meeting on our backs. Begin by bringing both your knees into your chest. Option to massage your lower spine by rocking back and forth. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, extend your left leg down to the earth. Inhale, hug the right knee into the chest one more time. Exhale, guide it across the body to the left, opening up your right arm wide for a supine twist. Begin to gently unwind from this shape and guide both your knees back into your chest. Inhale here, and as you exhale, extend your right leg onto the earth. Continue to pull your left knee deeper into your armpit. Begin to release the grip Inhale, hug your left knee into your chest one last time. Exhale, begin to guide it across the body to the right side of the room and open your left arm wide for a supine twist. When you are ready, slowly begin to unwind and draw your knees back into your chest. You have the opportunity here to massage the lower spine by rocking back and forth. When you are ready, keep your knees bent and place the soles of your feet back on the earth. Send your right ankle to the top of your left thigh to create a figure 4 shape. If it calls to you, you can begin to grab the back of your left thigh and pull it closer to your body for a deeper stretch. Release your grip and place the sole of your foot back onto the earth. At your own pace, begin to unwind the shape. And when you are ready, you will take your left ankle and place it on top of your right thigh. If it calls to you, you may grab the back of your right thigh and begin to pull your legs in towards your chest to experience a deeper stretch. At your own pace, begin to release your grip and place your foot back onto the earth. Slowly unwind from this shape and begin to heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Allow your knees to rest in towards each other, finding a constructive rest pose. Option here to extend your arms overhead to open up the upper part of your body. When you are ready, return your arms back down to your sides and begin to heel toe your feet in towards one another, and allow both of the soles of your feet to connect. Open up both your knees and let them fall onto the earth like a book. Option to cactus out your arms to open up through the chest. When you are ready, return your hands back to your sides and gently support your knees back up. Begin to draw your knees into your chest for your last fetal pose of this practice. Option to bring your forehead into your knees and your chest to your thighs. And when you are ready, let it all go and fall into your final savasana. At your own pace and in your own way, find yourself in a seated position so we can wrap up this flow today. As you find your way back onto your seat, I invite you to take some deep grounding breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Gently bring your intention that you had set at the beginning of this practice back into the forefront of your mind, and see how this might resonate with you throughout your day. My name is Jessie, and I am currently on my journey to becoming a yoga instructor. I use this channel as a way to develop my voice and to connect with other yogis. I love everything yoga, and I'm always open to suggestions. And if you liked what you watched, I encourage you to hit like and subscribe on my channel. It has truly been an honor to guide you through this flow. I hope to see you next time. Have a blessed day. Show kindness to yourself, to others, and to the universe. Cheers.